Yo, yo, yo. It's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why women will try to steal your energy while you're on semen retention. Um, when you're on semen retention, you're definitely gonna have a lot. You're definitely gonna be surrounded by more women, and they're gonna try to steal your energy, whether it's older individuals or people your age. They're gonna try to steal your energy, and you can sense this if you're in tune and if you're aware of this. You might notice that some people might just throw a question at you just to start a conversation, just to get closer to you. Some people might just say that might give you a compliment and then try to ask you about your day, or they might ask you a question and then just get closer to you, just so they can be around in your aura, so they can try to grab some of your energy. And when this happens, the best thing for you to do, depending on the person who does this, whether it's a woman that you like or someone you don't like, at some point you're gonna have to just kind of brush them off if you don't like them and go about your day. Because the more you say no to certain people, the more your time gets freed up. Um, the more you invite people in when you don't want when you don't have time for it, the more you're gonna be looked at as a yes man. And if you're looked at like a yes man, then people aren't really gonna take you that seriously. There has to be a certain point where you kind of just say no to certain things. Whether it's someone who might be asking you if you could do something for them, or it's someone asks you a question and you may not have time for it. At some point, you kind of have to grab your big boy pants and just tell certain people that you don't have time, or you're busy, or you're doing something else. And people will start to respect you more because of that, because they know you're a man about your time and your business. I can't stress it enough about how some people always just want to do something, and then it kind of wastes my time. At some point, you just really have to tell them no and just go about your day, because you're a man who's ambitious, and you're a man who knows that time is money, and doing nothing gets expensive if time is money. You have to be wary about who you spend your time with uh frequently. You're the sum total of the top 5 people that you spend your time with. You're the average of the top 5 people. So make sure you're spending it with people who are ambitious, who want to get something from life, and who are about their purpose and their business. And they're just not talking to talk, but they're also about that action. Because there's so many people who like to talk about big dreams and big ambitions, and this place, this next year I'm gonna be here, and this and that. I'm gonna be here this year, and next year I'm gonna be this, and it's gonna be so great. But then you realize their actions are not with their are not congruent with their words. They talk about 1%. They have a 1% mouth, but their actions are 95%ers or 99%ers, and this is where you have to be wary about. So people, women especially, will try to suck your energy. And depending on who the woman is, I mean, honestly, if it's a woman that you like and she's asking you some questions just so she can get closer to you and start a conversation with you, then by all means go ahead and invite her in and start a conversation if you want to reciprocate that energy. But the and you can start the conversation, and it can actually go somewhere if you're reciprocating that energy. But But at some point there might be, like, let's say a grenade or somebody who tries to come in your aura and tries to steal it. You have to be wary of these type of people, and you have to tell them no, or you have to look the other way, or you have to say not now but maybe later. The man who is selfish with his time can get ahead in life, because there's so many people who like to take energy, like to take anything that they can get from the man who has the highest, most valuable energy in the room. Also, when that woman does start talking to you and you do actually like her, just because she might have opened the conversation doesn't mean that it's still gonna go anywhere. At some point, you're gonna have to be the leader of the conversation, and you have to steer it where you want to go. It's kind of like an alley oop in basketball. If she starts asking you questions, what your uh thing is, what you have to do is start asking her questions and start trying to connect with her on an emotional basis. Try to share connection with her on something. This happened to me last week. Like, I was just wearing a black t-shirt, and then like a girl was wearing a black t-shirt as well. And she was working at a store, and I was just like, I asked her something, and then I was like, "Oh, by the way, nice black t-shirt." And then she smiled and put her fingers in her hair. Now, this is kind of like a tease and a kind of a test to see to gauge kind of her interest. If she would have just been like, "Oh, thank you," then her interest might be low, and you might have to do a little bit more to try to gauge her interest. But if she has said, "Oh, thank you," and then maybe looked at you with very bright pupils, then that means she might be a little bit more interested, and you can kind of go in the direction that you really want to go in. Whether you ask her more questions like, "Where'd you get it from?" And then you just try to find something that you both have in common, and then try connecting with her on that level. And then once you kind of connect with her on that level, you release the interaction, and then you kind of restart it all over again. And this is how you'll start creating an emotional bond with the woman that you like, and start getting her curious about you. Because it's one thing for you to be curious about one girl, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter what you feel about her. It's about what she feels about you. If she feels more than you, then you're in a good position, and you can do really what you really want to do. But the thing is, you have to gauge her interest, and you have to get her in a reaction phase where she's reacting to you and you're not reacting to her. So make sure that when you do ask her questions, you're piquing her interest, and they're not just like mundane logical questions. They're questions that make her want to think and make her feel something. Or maybe it's like you're talking to her about something that happened maybe in her childhood, and then that's bringing back memories, and then you're connecting on that deeper level. And then after you connect with her on a deeper level, like I said, you stop what you're doing, and then you find another topic to reconnect with. And the more you do this, the more interest she'll have in you, and then the more interesting you'll be in her eyes. But make sure you're keeping the energy vampires away from you, because if you're on a high day of semen retention, there's going to be a lot of people who want to talk to you, who want to get closer to you, and who want to suck your energy. These energy vampires. But make sure you're putting that guard up and only investing your time with people that you want to invest your time with, and not just people who just want to take everything from you and not reciprocate or not give anything back. There has to be an exchange of something. There always has to be an exchange. If there's not an exchange, then someone's winning in the interaction and the other person is losing. Now, if you want to get more deeper into creating that emotional bond with the said partner, said person that you want, click on the link below. I put down a free video training workshop on how to effortlessly attract any woman you want. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this video, and share it. Peace.